So hey man, back again with a quick video here, and I guess my topic today really is about Princess Leia from Star Wars Legion, and my beef, I guess, not really a beef, but why is she only a Courage 2? I mean, it seems to me she should be a Courage 3, and I'm gonna try to kind of make my case here in a second. I know she has Inspire 2, which is great because she can, after her rally step, she can remove up to 2 suppression tokens from nearby units when the range 1 to 2, but those units have to be close to her in order for that to kind of trigger. And still good, I guess, but it really doesn't. I don't think it really does the character justice of what she kind of was in the movies. So Jyn Erso is a Courage 3 in Star Wars Legion, which I guess is fine and dandy, but I don't. When I saw her in Rogue One, like I didn't see her as a courageous character. I saw her as a character who was more obsessed with revenge on the Empire for having done what they did to her family. So I don't think that she really fits being a Courage 3. Now, Luke is interesting because the Luke that we have in Star Wars Legion, the hero of the rebellion, is Luke Skywalker we got right when he met Darth Vader for their duel in Cloud City. At this point, Luke is not really even close to being a full-fledged Jedi. He just had a little bit of training from Obi-Wan Kenobi before he died in New Hope, and he had a little bit of training with Yoda before he ran off to Cloud City. Now, granted, he's going to go face Vader, but he didn't know he was facing Vader when he went in there. He just knew his friends were in trouble, which does take courage, no doubt about it. But when he had to face Vader, you could see the fear in his eyes. Now, granted, he still fought him, but I wouldn't say Luke was Courage 3 at that point. So let me get back to Leia. Let's get back to Leia and examine some of the things that she did in the movies that kind of, I think, justifies her being a Courage 3 in Star Wars Legion, or even a Courage 4. I know the Emperor is the only one that's a Courage 4 off the top of my head, but I digress. So in Star Wars New Hope, you have to understand, when you first see her, she goes toe-to-toe with Vader, the most feared villain in the Star Wars universe, and she showed absolutely no fear of him whatsoever. She was totally content with her fate she got, but she refused to give the guy the satisfaction of her being afraid. Then, on Hoth, we see her later, she is holding this Rebel Alliance together. It's not Luke holding it together, although he had that great moment at the Battle of Yavin. It's not Han Solo, though he's a great character. It's Princess Leia. She's the one holding all of these troopers, all of this loose confederation of rebels alliances together, and they look to her for the courage. She constantly rises up time and time again and puts everybody else ahead of herself, which is, again, a very courageous thing to do. So something else that makes her courageous is that if you remember her backstory, like she grew up in royalty. She very easily as a young woman could have sat this whole rebel thing out and lived a very comfortable lifestyle, being like the Paris Hilton of the Star Wars universe, yucking it up, partying it up and all that stuff. But she totally shunned that lifestyle and of privilege to go and indulge herself into a cause that was kind of a lost cause really, because the Rebel Alliance at that point was pretty fractured and pretty small. But she did all that and gave up that life of privilege. And that takes a lot of courage to do something like that. I always think courage is defined as, when you're doing the right thing even when other people aren't doing it. And that would have been tough. I'm sure her adoptive parents would have been very much against her doing that, as far as, well, not against it, but I think taking on such an active role with it and putting herself in harm's way time and time again. So my final point I want to make about Princess Leia and trying to justify her being a potential Courage 3 or even a Courage 4 is that in the later episodes 8, was it 7, 8, and 9? I know they were god awful, I know. But however, in this storyline, Princess Leia comes out of retirement to again lead this this faction, this focus. I mean, you would think at her age at that point, someone else would have been taking this over. But again, when push comes to shove, there's nobody more courageous than she is. To come out of retirement at that age and still doing the stuff you're doing is truly pretty epic. So to sum things up, in my humble opinion, I'm trying to make the case here that maybe Atomic Mass Games should reconsider and make her a Courage 3 or a Courage 4 character and still keep in the Inspire 2. I think it just fits with what she does. She's more of a support character, more of an organizer, more of someone that people look to for inspiration, as opposed to maybe an in-your-face kind of fighter. And by the way, please, Atomic Mass Games, if you're listening, please give us a new sculpt for her. Give us the one with the buns on the side, the classic one, for our old school guys like me. And that's it, guys. So please, and one last final note: I do understand that for balancing issues, that they might not be able to do that. I get it, but it's something I think is worthy to think about. That's it. Drop me a line in the comments if you agree with me, disagree with me. I imagine most people will disagree with me, but that's okay. I'm just simply just thinking out loud here. I'll see you later. Bye.